Hey guys, I'm hoping I'm doing this right. I don't even know. Let me check on my phone. Good morning, by the way. Let me check on my phone real quick that I'm going live in the right group. I always have this fear that I'm going to do it in the wrong group or like on my timeline and talk to all of these people who have no idea what this is about. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing, right? But I always have this fear. Okay, cool. I see myself. Okay, great. So, hey everyone, I hope that someone can pop on at some point. I know that it's super bright and early in the morning, and there's a reason why I chose this early in the morning on a Sunday. I know I'm insane, but if any one of you can hop on, I will be very grateful to talk to you guys. So, today I'm going to talk a little bit more about inviting. Emily said some very interesting things again yesterday, and I wanted to reiterate with a little bit of my story. Oh, someone popped on. Hey. So I will answer any comments or questions at the end. So the reason I chose inviting is actually because I'm very bad at it. And I know this sounds backwards, but in my mind, there is no growth unless we do something that's uncomfortable. And inviting is definitely something that I'm very uncomfortable with. And I'm uncomfortable with it because I always have this fear, and I am a diamond coach and whatever, but I still have this fear that I don't really know what I'm inviting people to or what they're thinking. And last month during the health bet, I had an epiphany. It was the first time that I was very confidently inviting people and very confidently fighting objections because I had a goal. I had a bigger thing that I wanted to get, and it was to talk to as many people as possible and get as many people as possible to jump on the health bet and to do it with us and to join this community of people because it's important. So one of the key things for me when I'm inviting is to have a purpose. And when you're going to talk to people, it's easy to get scared. I get scared all the time. And I end up talking about their cat, their dog, their daughter, their car, anything that's going on in their lives, and not the original intention of why I message them. Not that it's not important to, form a relationship with people. That's not your main goal. So, you gotta kind of focus. So one of the key things is to have a schedule. And in the schedule, as you can see, I'm up bright and early on a Sunday morning, and it's not fun. It's not like I would much rather be sleeping. I went to bed really late last night, but I still showed up this morning for you guys and for me. So one of the things I do, and let me show you my planner. I don't know if this is kind of how I track what I do every day in my invites. I don't know if you can see a tally here at the bottom. And this is something that I've started forcing myself. I still do my bat. And what will happen is every morning I wake up, I will drink my Energize. I'll wait for it to kick in, and then I'll probably do the dishes or do a little bit of meal prep that I have to do before I go into the office. And then I will sit down when I'm feeling that buzz and that tingling starting. I will sit down to do my invites. Why do I do this? Because that buzz and that tingling will get me into a mindset of doing something and focusing on something. So I think I may have ADD, and that's why it helps. So I sit myself down and I do the Pomodoro technique, and I just sit down for 10 to 15 minutes, depending on how much time I have and how long my workout is that day. I sit down and I force myself to invite. And the way I do it is, okay, I write down how many Hey Girls, how many invites to my challenge group, and how many invites to my free group I'm going to do. And I start tallying them up. And when you start doing this, you're going to realize that sometimes the Hey Girls and the messages that you thought you were sending that were invites aren't actually invites. It's very tricky. You'll be exhausted after an hour and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I got so much done. I got all these messages out. And if you actually sit down and go back and count them, I guarantee, I bet that you will see that probably a handful are actually invites. The rest are just, hey girl, how you doing? Oh my gosh, your hair is so cute. Your dog is beautiful. Your kid is amazing. And those are not invites. So just saying, I know I've been there. It happens to me all the time. It happens to everyone. Don't feel bad if it does. But what this does, actually, if you'll notice here, one of the longer lines is hey girl messages. It's not actually invites. So as you can see, my invites are a lot fewer than my hey girls, because I've been tracking it. And until you track it, you won't see that you're actually doing this. So I will sit down with my little planner next to me and I will tally it up, and then at the end of the day I will just pop it all into my bat, because it's very important that you keep consistent track of things. And the other thing I wanted to tell you guys, of course, there's a ton of scripts out there, but pick a script. It is very important to have a script, because if you don't have a script, you're going to end up going all over the place. Even to this day, after months of working consistently on this business, after months of inviting people, I still follow a script. It makes it a lot easier. If you have a job, a full-time job like I do, that feels like I have 3 full-time jobs, um, I definitely highly recommend that you have a script that sounds like you, that feels like you. I just really connected with my coaches. My upline coach is Genevieve, and I just really connected with her script, and I use it all the time. But there's plenty of other scripts out there. Excuse me, I'm dying here. There is plenty of other scripts out there that are super good. There's a ton on Epic Dream Team. I personally just use Genevieve's because it works for me and it's worked really well. And what I recommend is sit down and every so often just read through the script, read through it completely, because at times you'll find that you're going so quickly and the conversations are evolving a lot quicker than you want, and you may skip a step or two. There's a reason why there's 5 steps to the invitation. You want to put everything out there so people actually understand what you're doing step by step. First, you're going to invite them. You want to know more? Great. Then you're going to find out why they want to know more. You're going to get to those questions where you ask them, what kind of workouts do you do? How active are you? Etc., etc. Then you're going to give them a solution to their problem. You just told me that you want to lose weight. Great. I have these 2 workout programs, and since you already love cardio, I think that this would be amazing for you. If you like weights, I think that would be amazing for you. You give them 2 options. Don't give more than 2. 2 is a key, because if people can seldom pick between 2, picking between 3 is kind of like impossible. So the next step obviously is to introduce Shakeology. And what I used to do before, at the very beginning, I was very hesitant about this part, and I was like, how am I going to do it? I hate the word superfoods, and it was just all my insecurities and fears coming out. But the point is, don't skip the step of talking about Shakeology. Don't skip the step about the price. Price is one of the most sensitive things that people have to talk about. In the beginning, you're kind of afraid of everything, because you're like, oh my gosh, I don't even know the programs. If you have a question about the programs, go into the Coach Online office, and there's an actual, I think it's in the marketing tab, there's a little a link that will compare side by side all the programs and tell you exactly what they're about and what kind of person they're for. So that will help you a lot in streamlining your choices and what you're going to offer people. And it's very helpful if you've never done, it's like impossible probably if you're a new coach that you've done all the programs for Beachbody, so that way you can recommend knowing that what you're doing. When you talk about the price, it's super sensitive and you're super scared about it, but it's part of inviting. You're inviting them to something. They gave you the problem. You're giving a solution, and that solution comes with a price. And don't be afraid to say the price. I was very afraid in the beginning. Oops, it's not propped up correctly, sorry. I was very afraid of telling people the price in the beginning and inviting, because I was going to tell them a price and they're going to think I'm selling. Okay, and I just told this to my husband last night, because he's like, I really like motivating people. I really like motivating you yesterday when you were having trouble with your workout. I was a complete, total bad wife to him yesterday and screamed on horrible things when he was trying to be nice. It's Sean T's fault, not his fault. Anyway, back on track. The point is that when people have an objection and they're like, I don't want to sell, this is not for me, just think about it this way. When you recommend a restaurant, people are going to have to pay for the food, right? So you're just telling them, this is a great restaurant, it's going to be worth your investment in the amazing meal that you're going to have. This is a workout. Not only, we're giving away our services. We don't even charge for coaching services. We only charge for the challenge pack. You are committing yourself to 30 plus days of listening to this person's problems, motivating them, making sure that they show up every single day, making sure that they're consistent, making sure that they participate, making sure that they're happy with their purchase. You're doing all of this for a teeny tiny amount, and the hope that they will continue on Shakeology. So the next time that you feel bad about telling someone the price, just remember that you're essentially doing this for the love of the art. And the bare minimum that you're asking them to invest is $140 in exchange for Shakeology, which is amazing, their workout program, containers depending on the workout that they're doing, and well, it depends on the program, but some come with like resistance bands, some come with like whatever, and they all come with a nutrition program, the calendar, everything. So you're inviting them really to change their lives and just invest in a very teeny tiny amount for the amount of value that they're going to get. And now with the app that we're using for the health bet, you can also provide an app which gives it a more professional look to the whole thing that you're offering. So in truth, you're offering a lot. So don't feel bad when you're inviting and thinking, oh my God, what am I getting them into and all of that. You're getting them into the same community that you're in. You're getting them into a place where they will be able to reach their goals, where they will be able to be more accountable, and hopefully one day they will join us and they will be just like you watching these videos with people who have very bad hair days all the time. So inviting, as I said, schedule a time to do it. Sit yourself down and focus. Make sure that you're tallying up what you're doing, what you're saying, who you're talking to. Make sure that you keep a list of people who say no to you, because those people are going to be your follow-ups for the next month. Another very important thing is make sure that you know what you're inviting people to. When people like your posts about health and fitness, you know we're supposed to post 3 to 5 times a day. When you're supposed to be liking those, people are going to be liking or commenting on those posts. If you're lucky, they'll share them. Make sure that you circle back with that person and you ask them. Hey, I mean, you'll notice that your mom, your grandma, your 3 aunts, and maybe your mother-in-law are the ones primarily liking your posts. But eventually, other people that you're talking to will start seeing those posts and they'll start liking them. It'll kind of tie back to what you talked to them about. And if they continually see your posts and they start liking them more, you can see that they're interested. They were at least interested enough to hit a like. So that's kind of like my cue. And what I usually do when I approach people like that is, hey girl, thank you so much for your love on my post. It is so hard to put oneself out there. It is super scary, but you made it easy for me, so thank you. Are you also on a fitness journey? And that is like immediately you're into the coaching. You're immediately into the coaching opportunity talk, or you're immediately into talking about your challenge group, because they're like, oh no, not really, I don't really like working out. No way, really? Why don't you like working out? I used to think the exact same way before I became a coach. It's crazy now. And then you can kind of talk to them more about what they want, why they hate working out, why they love working out, what's working for them, what isn't. And maybe if you're lucky, you'll get them into your challenge group. But the point is that you're inviting. There's many ways of inviting. I used to think that you only had to follow the script and send the, hey, I don't know if this is for you or not, but I have a challenge group coming up. Please tell me if you want to do it. Now I do it in a more organic and natural way. Like if I really like a restaurant, if I really like a movie, I'm not going to sit down and tell them, hey, you know what movie I saw? Like you totally have to go watch it. No, I'm very natural about it. And when they ask me, what do you do over the weekend? You know, I actually went to the movies and I watched this thing that was amazing and I had so much fun, or it was horrible, don't go watch it. The point is that you do it in a very natural way. So try to approach those conversations the same way. If someone friends you, say, or accepts your friend's request, say, hey, how are you doing? Thank you so much for liking, thank you so much for accepting my friend request. How are you doing? And then when they respond, I try for the second or third message to be, so what do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking? I actually do health and fitness coaching, so I wanted to know what you do. And that way they know right off the bat that you're a health and fitness coach. If you feel uncomfortable saying that, you can say something that I also say. I work in market research by day, but then I moonlight as a health and fitness coach. You know, gotta keep it balanced and just keep it fun. Keep it yourself. Invite people who like your posts. Invite people who comment in person about your progress. When you're in the office, maybe, or when you're at your kids' school, maybe someone will say like, hey, you look great, you've lost a lot of weight, or hey, what's that shake? What's that weird shake that you're carrying around all the time? And talk to them about it. Don't be afraid. I used to be super afraid to invite people from my office because I was like, hello, this is like my second job and I want to leave this job to go to that job. But then I figured these people also need help. These people are sitting behind the desk all freaking day. They're bored out of their minds. They're stressed out, and they've all gained weight since I've met them. All of them have gained weight. I even gained weight at the beginning. So These are people that need you. And if your purpose is to help people, inviting is the very, very least. So look at it that way. If you hate inviting like I do, hate it with a passion, think that it is tied to your purpose. Think that the more people that you invite, the more that you put yourself out there, the closer you're going to be to your goal, whether that is rank or income. And you're going to be able to be there present for your kids. You're going to be able to retire your husband. You're going to be able to retire yourself. It doesn't matter. The point is that if you're inviting, you're just opening up the possibility. You're not forcing people into a challenge group. You're not forcing Shakeology down their throats. You're just inviting them to the possibility of something that they may not have not considered. And some people, maybe they have never considered doing a challenge group. Maybe they'll say no, that's not for me, but you will have planted that seed, and now it's up to you to be consistent about it. And inviting is really hard because you put yourself out there. People may say no, people may ask difficult questions, but you know what, it's harder to stay the where you are. It's harder to stay exactly where you were. Treat it like a workout, treat it like a vital, and if you know that you struggle with it like I do, set it at the top of your priorities. Have it be the first thing you do. No matter what, the first thing you do is get those invites done. Because if you get those invites done, then the rest of your behaviors are going to be easy. Then you can dedicate time to the pretty post you've been dying to do. You'll get time to take that super cute selfie that you really wanted to get out the door. So sorry, I don't know what's going on with me this morning with my allergies. So yeah, just make sure that you invite, make sure that you're consistent about it, make sure that you track what you're doing, make sure that you follow a script. So my action items for you are gonna be super, super simple. I want you to tell me what script are you using. None is not okay. You need to follow a script. However loosely you wanna follow it, the point is that you follow the steps. That's the key part. Because otherwise your coach won't be able to guide you on what's going on and what's wrong, because you won't actually have a step to see where people are falling off or where people stop responding to you, right? So schedule a time when you're doing your invites, track your invites, and tell us what script you are using. Whether it is you want to post a picture of your bat, whether you want to just like do what I do, put it in your planner and then put it into your bat. Just make sure, even if it's a post-it, just track it, please. It will do wonders for your business, because you will see that instead of inviting 30 people, you're hey girling 25 and inviting 5. So that will actually get you to break down the goals that you need. And if in order to hit your goals, you need to invite 3 to 5 people a day, and you're sending 10 messages out of which only 1 is an invite, you're not going to hit your goal. So it's kind of like a no-brainer. It's painful. It's not fun. Not for me. There's people who love it. I know Jenny Smith loves inviting. I don't enjoy inviting that much. But you know what? I don't enjoy going to my office every single day. I don't enjoy knowing that tomorrow I have to show up for work early. So you got to pick your heart. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing Sunday, and I will see you guys soon. Let me know if you have questions. Bye. Now let me just not